People are saying you're to blame. Is that true?
Yeah, we had dinner at Harvey Nichols the night he died. I started to realise, that he had issues.
He just seemed agitated. He was, constantly restless.
999, what's your emergency?
Reports came in of a man out of control and covered in blood.
Shit.
Gordon Ramsay is set to appear in court today.
I arrived at work to find a policeman waiting for me. He wanted me to go with him to the station to identify a body. A body he believed to be that of David Dempsey, who was the head chef of Royal Hospital Road. I was horrified. Not only was David brilliantly talented, he was a close friend, my best friend in the kitchen world. I loved him like a brother. Now the police were telling me that he had fallen 50 feet from the window ledge of a Chelsea apartment building. It soon became clear that drugs had played a part in David's death. David's sister told a Scottish newspaper that she wished her brother had never met me. He might still be alive if he hadn't. I was racked with guilt that I hadn't seen any signs either of David's distress or of drug abuse. But his death also spoke to me about my real kid brother, Ronnie. After David died, he and my brother became inextricably linked in my mind. The one I had lost to drugs and the one I could lose to drugs.
Growing up, Gordon Ramsay was incredibly close to his younger brother. Born just 15 months apart, the two boys often seemed more like twins than siblings. They shared a bunk bed, pulled pranks on each other, and spent most of their childhood side by side. Their home was often difficult, but the brothers had each other.
My childhood was tough. My father was a severe alcoholic, and my mum worked as a cook and a nurse at night. So we moved around. I think it was 17 different schools I went to from the age of 5 to 16. And it was all because of my father, unsettled and a drinking problem. His favourite punishment was the belt. He'd get whacked on the back of the legs for something that was as innocent as going to the fridge and drinking his Coke. I say whacked. The truth is, I would get completely f***ed over for that sort of thing. My tactic was to keep my head down and my nose clean, until I was big enough to take him on in a fight. I had crossed the line when I was 15, and one night I came back late. I'd already been given some kind of big radio for the upcoming birthday, and he threw it at me from the top of the stairs. "I can't believe you've done that," I said. "You know damn well that Mum bought it for me." He came storming down the stairs. At first, I stood my ground. Then I saw the look in his eyes. For the first time, I felt he really might kill me, and I bolted.
Determined to escape his father and build something better, Gordon moved out at the first opportunity.
I was 18 years of age and I had a basement flat with a mate of mine, and we sort of organised our shifts opposite so we could share the same f***ing bed because we couldn't afford our own apartment. I'd picked up a catering magazine, one of our trade mags, and on the cover was Mark Pierre White. And he had just opened his first restaurant in Harvest. This guy was like 26 years of age, just won his first Michelin star. That was the kind of guy that I wanted to work with, that was on a mission. This guy put food on a plate like Picasso. I saw a chance of becoming unique. I think we're all blessed with that in our lives somewhere.
How did you see that though?
I could sense it because it made me ignite.
When Gordon worked for me, he realised that the standards were the most important. And Gordon has adopted that.
Doesn't anyone want to help me? No? You've all got better things to do, well.
Marco Pierre White was like a big brother, father figure.
You had a line in your book, Humble Pie, that said, "With my dad, the abuse had no point, but with Marco Pierre White, the more he screwed you, the better you became."
And so it was almost like family for Marco. He even understood how bad my little brother's addiction was. He employed him as well.
For a moment, it looked like both brothers might escape the life they grew up in, but Ronnie's problems were not easy to overcome.
My little brother started smoking drugs in Banbury as a young teenager because all his mates were doing it. I'd never touched a line of cocaine in my life. I just worked my ass to get out of the shit mess that I grew up with. And so having to watch my brother his life up, it's gone from coke to heroin. I went to a dealer's house once and I had to take my little brother into this hole of a flat for a fix to get him to my father's funeral. That was grim. And that was the big shock for me to see how far he had gone.
And so it's a very fresh reminder on a daily basis between your ears. Get your shit together, because close to you, there's an addict that's on the verge of killing himself. And that's your little brother.
Gordon tried to help Ronnie, but the cycle continued. Ronnie would get clean, then relapse again. At the same time, Gordon was throwing himself deeper and deeper into his career. In 1999, the world would see just how intense that drive was in the documentary Boiling Point. If Ronnie was consumed by addiction, Gordon seemed consumed by work.
F***ing wake up, kid! Do you want to go home and cry to mummy again? No. Like a big f***ing wuss?
No, Gordon.
Everyone else was busy calling me a psycho and a lunatic.
Gordon's rage in the kitchen captivated audiences and frightened many people. But there was one person who was drawn to it.
David saw Boiling Point on television, and he decided right there that my kitchen was the place he wanted to work. It's often been said in the press that in some ways David was a mirror image of me. Like me, he had grown up in a tough part of Glasgow, and like me, his relationship with his father was difficult. Like me, this history had left him with an intense need for approval and an amazing capacity for hard work. I felt like he and I might be kindred spirits, and I offered him a job then and there. Late at night, in the quiet after service, we would talk and talk and talk. On the night before he died, we went to the 5th floor at Harvey Nichols for dinner.
He just seemed agitated. He was, constantly restless. Kept on disappearing to the toilet, every 20 minutes. I went back home and he went back to Chelsea.
That was the last time I saw David alive.
I never thought in my wildest dreams that David was on cocaine. I lost a good chef. An amazing chef.
It was only later that I found out what had happened.
He went to a dealer's house that gave him some shit cocaine, and it him over.
At the inquest, it was described as an act of excited delirium fueled by cocaine.
David had climbed up some scaffolding and had broken into an apartment building where he went round smashing windows with a golf club. Before the police could get to him, he had climbed onto a ledge outside, where he tried to swing from a drain pipe onto the roof of a nearby building. Now the police were telling me that he had fallen to his death.
I kicked myself for not doing more and recognizing it earlier.
While Gordon was struggling with guilt over his best friend's death, the tabloids told a very different story.
As soon as the news became public, the tabloids began crawling all over the place. Their attitude was that David's death was an instance of me pushing my staff too far, that no one could survive a shift in my kitchen without a line of coke to get them through.
The rumors swirled about what was happening inside Gordon's kitchens. Gordon tried to ignore them, but when his brother Ronnie was arrested in Bali, the problem suddenly became impossible to avoid.
I've learned to fear the worst. David's death marks the point when this fear took on a new urgency.
I have a brother who's been an addict for the last 4 decades. I've gone to hell and back with him. And so when that change is so close to you, it's your brother, right? It's not a cousin, it's not a mate down the pub, it's your brother. Born in the same house, grew up in the same bedroom, shared bunk beds, and so similar. And so I have a guilt complex that could have been me, could have been switched.
For decades, Gordon had tried to help his brother, but after Ronnie's arrest, he realized his help might be doing more harm than good. So Gordon made one of the hardest decisions of his life. He refused to bail Ronnie out of jail. But Ronnie's reaction was worse than he could have imagined.
Chef Gordon Ramsay reveals he's received anonymous phone calls threatening his life and his children, reportedly from his own brother. Ramsay says he's tried everything: death threats, calls at midnight from horrible people saying they know what time my kids leave school. But I'm not giving in. I'm not living like that anymore.
Gordon understood he could not save David or Ronnie, but there was still one place where he could make a difference.
Cocaine use has long been the industry's dirty little secret.
I've been asked to dust cocaine on top of soufflés to put it on as ice and sugar.
My ambition is to rid my restaurants of cocaine permanently. I've decided to do a series of spot checks in the bathrooms of my restaurants. Let's hope this is not bad news. I'm testing the toilets with a special wipe, which turns blue if cocaine is present. And that's blue. That's inside my own staff toilet. It's a wake-up call. Right now, I'm obviously concerned about the staff. Why are we ignoring it? Why are we turning a blind eye? And, you know, those samples, those swabs, I mean, some of them are bright blue, and that's in my own business. That's my responsibility. So, I've gathered together my senior staff. Time to confront this dirty secret head-on. There's about 5 of you in the room that was with me when we lost David Dempsey. Honestly, from what I've seen and what I've witnessed, to lose somebody else now is not an option. That's not going to happen. My first instinct was to drug test staff and fire anyone who tested positive. But I feel responsible towards these guys. So, instead, I'm rolling out a plan to tackle cocaine use on the job. I'm going to help those who want to be helped.
Gordon refused to lose anyone else. In the past, he admitted he had been blind to the warning signs. But that would never happen again. The people in his kitchens were just as important as the food they served.
We need to stick together. We need to help to stop our industry losing talented individuals. This industry is an absolute bitch if you don't control it, because it's lost too many phenomenal individuals because they've been sucked in and beaten by the industry. They can't let go. So here's what we set up. We have a system in place that is there to offer support and help. So you're not isolated. My managers will be trained to identify the signs of drug abuse, and staff will be offered professional, confidential counselling and even rehab. I need you to be strong and honest with yourselves, because if you see it, hear it, or maybe have indulged in it, there's help there. I don't want coke in my restaurants anymore. Agreed? Thank you.
You care enormously about people that you used to work with.
Yes.
You know, you've kept in touch with the whole crew from the early days.
Yeah, I look at what Marco taught me and just what he gave me. And so now it's my job to hand that baton over.
But I'll come back to the values that I stand for, and the most important family ever is the family you build.
I love David like a brother, and I am still in touch with and look out for his kids to this day.
I'm giving David's son Jack a shift in the restaurant his dad helped make famous. He's determined to be an award-winning chef, just like his father. Every year I think about him, every birthday, every anniversary of his death.
And my world isn't the same without him.
I'm not going to change the world, but what I can make is a difference, and that difference needs to start somewhere, and it's starting here.